Identifying my culture is something that I've really struggled with. There are so many different aspects to consider when identifying who I am and how my culture has made me into the person I am today. A large aspect of my culture is dependent on my family. I was raised by two loving parents. They each grew up in poverty and understood the difficulties that came with it. Not wanting the same for their children, my father attended the University of Texas and Texas Tech to become a successful patent attorney. My mother attended Texas A&M University and worked as a business professional for several years before becoming a housewife. Their stories of breaking the cycle of poverty have always been centered around education. They were able to achieve their goals because of education, and we would be able to achieve ours as well, so long as we were educated. Because of this, I have made education a central aspect of my identity. I was also raised with two siblings. I have an older sister who I look up to and who offers me guidance. My younger brother is someone who I've always adored and deeply protected. This makes me the middle child, and that has played a role in who I am today. I've experienced both what it means to be a younger sibling and an older sibling. This has made me a peacekeeper and mediator as I value fairness. Another important aspect of my culture is the community which I was raised in. I lived and went to school in Fort Bend ISD. This is one of the most culturally diverse school districts in Texas. Our community represented a variety of cultures, but our schools did not. Culture, race, ethnicity, diversity, and social justice were not things that were discussed in school. We simply acknowledged the fact that we were different from one another and respected that. For a very long time, I assumed that acknowledging and respecting others was enough. This led to my own ignorance of cultural issues. I had no cultural awareness because I didn't think culture really mattered. It wasn't until I experienced profound intercultural experiences that I began to understand the importance of culture. When I was in high school, we had two foreign exchange students. Emma was from Denmark and Garance was from France. My experiences with them encouraged me to live abroad. I graduated a year early from high school, packed up, and moved to Barcelona, Spain. This experience was culturally eye-opening and shocking. In Barcelona, I lived in a relatively upscale apartment for that area. It was a 3-bedroom apartment that I shared with my 5 host family members and my 3 roommates. The apartment didn't have air conditioning, as many homes in Europe don't, so we slept with the balcony doors and windows wide open in hopes of a breeze. We walked just about everywhere unless it was deemed far enough to take the metro. We ate dinner at 10 p.m. every night, and the dishes reflected the culture of my host family. My host family didn't speak any English, so learning the Spanish language was a necessity. In order to learn the language, I attended an international Spanish school. Here, people from all around the world came to study the Spanish language. Although this was a very culturally diverse school, I often felt isolated. Many of the Europeans there spoke the same languages, shared important cultural aspects, and built strong friendships based on this. I was the only American, so I had no one who shared or reflected my culture, and that was very difficult. However, it also made me realize what my culture was. It gave me a better understanding of what culture is and how it impacts people. Culture is all around us. It is embedded into who we are, and it makes a difference in the way we view the world. This means that culture plays a large role in our society and in our schools. As educators, we must understand, acknowledge, respect, and participate in multiple cultures in order to integrate students' cultural identities into the classroom. We must teach from a multicultural curriculum that promotes equality, equity, democracy, and social justice. We must be culturally responsive in our teachings in order to bridge the gap between teacher and student.